Mike Perlak here to entertain you. Today at work, I felt I needed a little bit of fresh air supply. So, Mike Perlak here to entertain you with the help of air supply. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Yes, I'm a man. I'm just flesh and bone. But you do not love. All my dreams are your home. I stare through a veil so thin and yet so near, and walk in your footsteps as you cast off my fear. Never a song called Never Fade Away. We can fly to a bridge across the sky, where the souls that would always cry will never fade away. I decided to do a just because video because I haven't done one of those in a while. In other words, a video that basically I make just for the sheer purpose of just getting some things off my chest, basically. I put up a tree today. I found a nativity set at the Goodwill. I put that up on the grandfather clock there. Maybe you could see that a little bit anyways. Yeah, just because video. That's for me to get some things off my chest I've been thinking about, you think about, your life and all your experiences. And I was recollecting when I worked at a when I worked at a fast food establishment. And there was this, I worked there for about a year and a half, something like that, before I was I was getting ready to go back to school, basically. And I wanted to take care of some things before I did that. So I worked there for about a year. And there was a girl there that apparently was interested in me. Of course, I didn't see it at the time, and I think I had some idea at the time she was interested in me, but I had other things going on in my life. I was still dealing with, in many ways, the aftermath of child abuse at the hands of a male feminist father, and. But when I look back now, and I think, when I look back, I see it more now. When I think back to the day in and day out, things she would say to me and stuff. And the funny thing was, I do remember she was cute and she was my type. But there's no point in dwelling, for any human being, to dwell on the whole woulda, shoulda, coulda thing. What the hell's that going to get you anyways? And the world's full of cute females anyways. But it's just, I was thinking about this, and I think, geez, if I had made different choices, hell, I might have had a wife and 7 kids by now. On the other hand, if I'm not God, if my life had gone that way, if I had gone down that road, maybe, nowadays I would just be another one of those victims of divorce grape. Like a lot of young men from my generation are, sadly. But my life is good. I have all I need in terms of material success. I have my hobbies, music, film, comics, die-cast metal cars. I have several hobbies. Just little things that make a person happy. But along with thinking about this, I came to the... once again, this is not the first time I've come to this real personal revelation, but I guess I really was born with a more domineering nature than I believed I did in my youth. Of course, also in my youth, I also believed that women were superior to men. Let me be the first to acknowledge that makes me, you could make the argument that makes me more susceptible to believing the opposite, that men are superior to women, but the fact that I acknowledge that makes that highly unlikely. Just saying. But I think I think the solution really is fairly simple. Never sign a marriage license. No, never sign them. They're obsolete. You know, the security. First of all, in my opinion, you can keep that $50 extra you get back when you do your taxes at the end of the year. You know, easily you can replace the security, quote unquote, of a marriage license with a frickin' trust fund, and you're still risking. But I think human beings are less susceptible to murder than they are divorce rape. So, and besides, I think for any intelligent man in today's world, why would you sign a marriage license until society starts making females more accountable for their bad behavior and bad decision making? But at this point, it's all for me now. It's all for me. I honestly I was born, my nature, I get pleasure out of giving pleasure to a woman. I accept the fact that no earthly female can appreciate or is even worthy of the kind of physical love a man can provide. But I'm not going to deny myself. I'm not going to do what my male feminist father does, pay a woman to do that. Like, what the hell? Why would you pay? I made a video about this a while back. I got over 800 videos last time I looked at my channel. But I think, why would you pay a woman to do that? My father has, but then he's a male feminist. So, yeah, people like to badmouth people in the 50s. Oh yeah, people in the 50s, when it comes to physical intimacy, they were all such tight arses. No, there are a lot of people in the 50s that they called it padding. Did all kinds of, they just never went the whole 9 yards. And our society likes to think it's so superior and so progressive. Been watching a lot of short videos of interviews with George Peterson and Thomas Sowell. And, I believe in a benevolent, all-knowing being who created all the universe and everything in it. But I don't assume that I am personally favored by such a being's eyes. When I think of the vastness of the universe, never minding the fact that it's still expanding, this is why one must resort to the nonsensical or more primitive thought process when it comes to human comfort. Like believing that you are personally favored by such a all-knowing, all-powerful, benevolent being. And I was thinking about famous people, specifically famous people, unusual famous people like Prince, Cyndi Lauper, Lady Gaga. I guess more modern would be Weird Al Yankovic. All these people they're very unusual people. But luckily for us humans with unorthodox personas and mannerism, God is the only true judge, I think, at least. George Peterson said, "Whom do you fear more, the Pharaoh or God?" I'd like to update that a little bit, though. I'd say, who do you fear more, government powers that be, or an all-knowing, all-benevolent creator? Just saying. And now some world events. God bless the Chinese people, huh? Standing up to the CCP, huh? I say, in the aftermath, if at all possible, give the leader of the CCP a civil trial and execution, if at all possible. Otherwise, string him up by his cojones. That's what I say. And in regards to Elon Musk, I still keep an eye on him because he is a globalist, and which I'm a nationalist. I say America first. But what he's doing with Twitter is good. It's good. People need to see the truth about the laptop. The laptop that may very well have turned the elecciono in conservatives' favor back in 2020. I'm still working on my final thoughts on LEXX episode 4.03, third episode, season 4. But I was looking at some short videos online because the DVDs. This show is not mainstream, so the DVDs don't really have any extras. To my frustration, they don't even have caption or subtitles. But anyways, I'm enjoying kind of watching them segmentedly, making notes. But I'm still gathering my thoughts on the third episode. But I was watching some short videos on YouTube the other day, including a couple from this NECROMAYA. I hope I'm saying that right. NECROMAYA. A YouTube channel which features a picture of Kai as the thumbnail, so shouldn't be too difficult to find. But I thought it was interesting, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Apparently, a German audience doesn't like German directors that make films or that are from the of the fantasy genre. For some reason, the German audiences don't like German directors making stuff from the fantasy genre. But if it's an American film, well, they'll go to the theater and watch that. They'll still be a little uncomfortable, apparently, but I thought that was something interesting to think about, though. I didn't even want this video to be that long. So, okay, I just end with this quote I came across today that I thought was pretty cool. I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid to live on my knees in a world run by lesser men who control the destiny of my children. Mike Paralak, thank you for your time.